Hello, hello, and welcome to this episode of the Sanibel Captiva Guide podcast. I'd like to welcome our special guests here, Becky Lucas and CC Shep from Habitat for Humanity. And welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
And Laurie, how did we end up getting connected with these guys?
So, several podcasts ago, I'm not sure Max can maybe look it up and tell us what number that was. We had Jenny Dickinson on, and she's the one that has created this huge heart made out of shells. It was at the Sanibel Shell Show, and now it's displayed at the Sanibel Chamber. And she does wonderful things for the community. She decorated a couple manatees that have been auctioned off and raised like $40,000 so far, plus on top of that. So she actually is a volunteer, or what does she do for Habitat for Humanity?
She is a member of our board of directors.
Right. So she came in on her podcast. She actually had her Habitat shirt on, and after the show, we started kind of chatting about that. And she said, well, you need to have CC and Becky on. So here they are.
Yeah, so it was perfect because we actually we didn't talk about it during the show, and it is a charity that we know very well, being where we live. We live just in Fort Myers, and I think you've got some projects going on over there. So just in the Harlem region and places like that. So for those that don't know anything about Habitat for Humanity, and why would you if you're not from the area, but just fill people in and what its purpose is and what you do.
Sure, absolutely. We build new homes and we rehab existing homes, and we sell them to qualified low-income families using a 0% interest mortgage. So we're actually a land developer, we're a construction company, we're a social service agency, and we're a mortgage lender all rolled up into one.
And what is your role with Habitat?
I'm the CEO of Lee and Hendry counties.
And is it a national organization?
It is. It's actually an international organization.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Habitat is in 70 countries. We're in all the areas of the United States. In fact, there's 1,100 offices. However, they're all separate entities. So we're all a separate nonprofit organization, just under one big mothership, one big umbrella.
So you can make local decisions, which is nice, I'm sure. You can adapt it for this area.
Yeah. They say that if you know one habitat, you know one habitat. We're all completely separate because we want to make sure that we are addressing the needs of the local population.
Gotcha.
Right. So typically, so you would get a house. I know when you do construction, typically the homeowners will help with it, or is it volunteers, or how does that work?
Oh gosh, it is a combination of everyone. So when a family's actually accepted into the program, they have to partner with us. And what that means is that they have to put in 300 hours of sweat equity. They actually take budget and financial literacy classes. They put down a down payment. And as part of their 300 hours of sweat equity, they are actually building their homes shoulder to shoulder with volunteers. And that's how we make it work, because it's not a giveaway program. They're actually building their own home alongside of us.
And so you make them take a certain amount of financial education just to make sure the longevity. And do you have a pretty good success rate with these people?
We do. In fact, our success rate is better than even traditional mortgages or lenders.
Really?
We do.
That's awesome.
We have a less than 1% foreclosure rate.
No way.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And if you think about that, we work with families who make 30 to 80% of the area median income. They're the most vulnerable families in our county, and yet they're that successful. You know that the program is really working.
That's awesome. And so they're putting the sweat equity of 300 hours into building possibly their own home, or maybe their neighbor's home, but it's 300 hours one way or another. Does that come off of their purchase price, or is that just part of, is it under market valued price, or?
So we sell all of our homes for appraised value because we want to make sure that the property values in the area stay consistent.
Gotcha.
But because we're the mortgage lender, we actually base their first mortgage, their monthly payments, on 30% of their income. So they're always affordable. So then they pay us back between 20 and 30 years until their home is paid off. And we're actually one of the largest habitats in the country. We are the third largest out of all those 1,100 offices.
Really?
Wow.
And so we have hundreds of families that have already paid off their entire mortgage because we've been around a while.
Oh, and just thinking about it, I didn't really sink in, but you're a 0% mortgage, so basically your first payment is 100% is going off that principal of the loan.
It is.
So it makes it a lot easier to pay off.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we make sure that payment is inclusive of taxes and insurance. So it is always going to be affordable for the family. And I'm always asked, well, what if the family makes more money? And that's what we want, because we tried to break the cycle of poverty through affordable home ownership, and wealth creation's what it's all about, getting equity in your home.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Amazing.
So how many, I know we've got homes near where we live in the Iona area.
Nice.
And I think you've got some in Harlem Heights and different places around there. Just a quick message before we get back to the show. We put a ton of effort into bringing you quality content, so if you would like to help us share our love of the islands, here are several easy ways. Firstly, you can support us on Patreon. You could purchase an island souvenir from our Etsy store. You can metaphorically buy us a coffee, which is an easy way to donate a couple of bucks.
Don't you prefer tea?
Well, I do, kind of. Also, like and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all things Sanibel and Captiva. And finally, show some love to our sponsors. Let them know we sent you. All the links are in the description below. Now, back to the episode. How many houses in Lee County do you have?
So we have 1,732 homes.
All right. You researched this before you came, didn't you?
I ask this all the time, all the time.
Counting all the time.
Yeah.
And we typically build about 60 a year.
Wow.
So right now, you were saying in Fort Myers, one of our flagship communities we're so proud of is Heritage Heights. So it's 150 home development off of Gladiolus in the Harlem Heights neighborhood.
Oh, okay. Right in. Okay.
Yeah, and we just started it just about a year and a half ago.
And that's just passed, as you get, probably not interesting if you're listening, but sorry, that's just passed. Is that spreading out from... Oh, it was where the old football fields, the side entrance, was it not?
Yes, where the soccer fields
Soccer,
are.
yeah.
Soccer
He's
fields
saying
are.
football because he's from England.
I'm England. Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's right. That's amazing.
Yeah, okay, that's amazing. So there's 150 going in there.
150.
That's
yes.
incredible.
There's 24 acres that we purchased back there, and we're building out 20 a year until we're done with that neighborhood. And of course, that's one of about 7 neighborhoods we have under construction in our county right now, but it's definitely something that's very special to us.
Right. And that area back in the day was actually gladiolus fields. And
Yes.
do you know the history of it?
Absolutely.
That you can speak to?
Absolutely. So, the gladiolus fields, it was called the gladiolus capital of the world back in like the 60s and 70s, I think. And then when those companies, ended up closing and moving out, all the workers that were there, they lost all of their jobs.
Yeah.
And many of them were, because they were agricultural workers to begin with, and they moved around, they didn't even have stable housing to begin with. Many of the homes, there was no, real streets, no running water. There was no electricity in many of them. And so that's how Habitat got started.
Right.
We were actually asked, even by, it was a group of people, many of them came from Sanibel, that researched Habitat, came together, and just decided they were going to do something about it, and they weren't going to be complacent. And so they they heard about this thing called Habitat up in Atlanta area, and they asked the founder of Habitat for Humanity to come on down. It's one of the first trips he ever did, because we were one of the first affiliates to ever start outside of Americus, Georgia. And he came down, and he started with a bullhorn on the piece of property and just said, gather people around and ask them to help. And well, we started building because of the Harlem Heights neighborhood.
And what year was that? Do you know?
Our first home was in 1980, but we weren't even in a real Habitat then. We actually became a Real Habitat affiliate in '82, which makes this our 40th anniversary.
Wow.
Congratulations. Do you have anything planned for the big 40th, Cece?
We do. Yeah, we are. We're planning multiple builds that are going to be celebrating our 40 years and a lot of our local partnerships. And then we're also planning a large 40th anniversary event in, I believe, November.
Right.
So we're really excited and just want to celebrate everyone that it takes in order to make Habitat work. You know, our volunteers, our donors, our community leaders, and even our homeowners that all come together to make it possible.
How fun.
So what's your role within the organization, Cece?
Yeah, so I am the director of communications at Habitat. So I support the entire organization, and my team really helps with our public relations, you know, making sure that we are out there in the news, getting the word out about our programs and our partners and everything in between. And then also our social media and all of our design, multimedia design, website.
Busy job.
Yeah, I'm a little bit busy.
And how long have you been with Habitat?
Actually, just over 5 years now.
Okay. And how did you end up working for Habitat?
So
tell us your backstory.
Yeah, so I actually, I wasn't technically born in Fort Myers, but I've grown up here. So it's my home and my family lives here, you know. So I, you know, went to Riverdale High School and even went to Florida Gulf Coast University and graduated from there with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication. So I had met, I had a friend that also had classes with me, and she worked at Habitat for Humanity. And we ended up talking about Habitat often. I did school projects on Habitat, and then she ended up moving to North Carolina and really referred me, said like, you would love it here, you'd be such a great fit. And so I have worked at Habitat since about a year after graduating from college, which is amazing. Fantastic. So I've had a few roles since being here. And, I mean, the mission is just incredible, and what we get to witness and experience on a day-to-day basis is just absolutely amazing. So
we can say firsthand, we moved here in '99. Laurie been coming way longer than that, but we actually moved here from England in 1999, and just Harlem Heights, the difference between that then and today is like it's two different places.
It's amazing. It's
absolutely incredible. And how is it funded? I mean, is it all donations? Does it how do you purchase such a big lot of land? I mean,
it is, everything we do is based on generosity from the community, and I mean just everything, from land purchases to all the construction materials. You know, we truly are. We survive based on the fact that we're answering a need and that the community really steps up to support us. Only about 9% of any of our revenue comes from anything related to the government. And many times they simply help with like infrastructure costs and things like that. But we also have restores. We have 4 restores.
Love your restores. Yes. Celebrate about your restores, because we have one now about a mile from my house, and I love to walk in there.
Yes, we have 4 restore locations. One of them not far from Sanibel and on McGregor Boulevard, and so every purchase from those stores goes straight into us purchasing building materials for our homes. So,
and tell them about the type. It's like a charity store, but
it is.
Well, it is a charity store, there's no doubt, but it's a lot of building materials and leftovers from other construction jobs and
household items, and I mean, you name it. So mostly we have furniture, but we also have construction items, and then amazing companies locally donate things that they overorder, misorder, or return to them. So our stores, all 4 stores, are always packed with really interesting things. You never know.
No, that's what's so fun about it. You walk in and something you never knew you needed is sitting right there.
Exactly.
So every Saturday morning we run out to do errands, and every time we're driving down Iona Road, it's like, I just stop at the restore store.
Just to see
every single week.
Well, because you can find something new every week. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, and you're closed on Sundays and Mondays. Our store is. I don't know if all the other ones are. So you have to go on Saturday. And you have, I know you have paint too, which is new paint, right? Or I don't know. Do you know? Explain the
is
paint.
Recycled paint.
Recycled. That was the word I was looking for.
So some of the items that we have, though most of them are, things people donate to us and then we resell, but there are some new items that we are able to get. We have paint and paint supplies. We actually even sell brand new mattresses, and those are from partnerships with companies.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's a few things that are brand new.
Right.
So it's a mix of everything, but like I said, 20% of our revenue comes from the sale of those restores, and that's really exciting.
And if somebody wanted to, can anybody off the street donate, or do you only take from?
Oh, they'll take donations from anybody, Lauren.
Absolutely.
Right. And that one's so nice because if it's a big piece of furniture, you take your ticket up and then you just drive around back, and there's helpful volunteers.
You really are a good customer.
A pro.
We're there every week.
They will load it right in your car for you. So yeah, definitely recommend. Where are the other three? So that one's close to Sanibel on McGregor.
And then we have one all the way down in Bonita. We have one in North Fort Myers, which is actually our largest one. It's about 30,000 square feet. It's really big.
Whereabouts is that?
It's in North Fort Myers, right off of Old Business 41. So it's right next to our headquarters office there. Okay. And then we have one right on 41 in the middle of Fort Myers. So right south of Gladiolus there. So all of them get new products every week because we actually have a pickup service. So if anyone wanted to donate pieces of furniture, they can actually call us and we'll send out one of our trucks to get it for you.
So free of charge, I guess they'll pick it up.
Absolutely free.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, if you wanted to volunteer or if you wanted to get involved with the charity, how would people go about doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. So with volunteering, volunteers are truly the heart of Habitat. It's how we do what we do in such a large capacity. So with volunteering, it's very easy to get involved. We have on our website links to our volunteer hub, which shows every volunteer opportunity that we have, which ranges from working on a build site. And so you do not have to have any experience. You can just show up. You don't even have to have a hammer.
Okay, I was going to say, you have to bring your own tools.
No
you
tools
provide
required.
Everything.
You just kind of show up with closed-toed shoes and ready to work and probably sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can show up on the job site. It's great if you are ready to kind of dig in and maybe even work shoulder to shoulder with future homeowners and spend time on the job site. You could be doing a wall raising where we literally raise the walls of a home. You can work on a home that needs like blue board and Tyvek, or you could even be working on landscaping. And so there's a range of volunteer activities that you can do. So that is available on there. We also have volunteering opportunities in our restores as well. So all 4 locations, and there's multiple shifts a day. So that's a great consistent volunteer opportunity too. So that's great if you're interested in more of like a retail environment. You love customer service or help organizing furniture or even merchandising and things like that. And then, we also have events that come up that we need help with preparing for, or quite literally at the event, we need just some extra help there and support, and then some office volunteer opportunities as well. So
wonderful. So and how about if you feel you might qualify or somebody that how would they go about reaching out for that?
Yeah, to apply for
a home,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a great program that our team really focuses on supporting families. So we are a long-term housing solution. So a huge part of that success that we kind of talked about is really that housing counseling piece. So people can come into our office or they can go online and see information of how to apply and see if they hit basic requirements. But they can inquire with our housing counseling team. And the first step really is to fill out an intake form. There's a whole intake packet that is very involved, but it's part of getting that background and part of that first step of the partnership. And it explains everything and all of the services that we provide. So that is the first step to kind of inquiring and seeing to apply for a home. And then you would meet one-on-one with a housing advisor. And all of our housing advisors are also HUD certified. So they are equipped with all of the pieces in order to help create a budget and get somebody homeowner ready. So even if someone comes to Habitat and they're not quite ready to purchase a home because it's such a large commitment, our housing counselors will invest the time one-on-one with those individuals if they're ready to partner.
That's awesome.
And do that. It's amazing.
Really awesome.
And your office is located in North Fort Myers, is that correct? So they'd have
Yes.
to, once they do all that, they'd come up there and meet with
Yes.
people.
But they can also mail their intake packet. They can also talk over the phone and even email it to our team as well.
Explain what HUD certified is.
Yeah, so HUD stands for Housing and Urban Development. So it is a vigorous certification that our counselors have to go through. And it really means that they are capable and qualified to give advice and counseling to individuals and are an equal housing opportunity, organization, all of those pieces. So there's a certain type of certification that we have to qualify for and even re-qualify for because they audit and make sure that we're following all of those guidelines.
Make sure they're getting good advice.
Absolutely.
Right.
One question I have for you, and I don't know, this may be fairly obvious. I mean, how do you keep walls straight and things? Do you have a paid contractor?
Oh, if you have if you have any volunteers,
Like
how do you make sure they're getting
Is there
things?
somebody? There must be a supervisor, obviously. Is there somebody?
We do. We have.
I've seen Laurie's mother-in-law with a hammer. Laurie's mum with a hammer, and I believe me, you wouldn't want her on a.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Well, it is quite a miracle that we can raise all exterior and interior walls of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in one morning. And with people that maybe have never held hammers before.
Oh, so they come pre-assembled?
So we
Yes.
pre-build all of our interior and exterior walls
Okay.
at our headquarters office in North Fort Myers. Then they come, and those are built by volunteers. And then they come to our site, and then they're delivered. And then we take a group of wonderful, very ambitious volunteers with different skill sets, and we put a hammer in their hand. We teach them how to do it. We lift all the walls. We secure it to a slab, and we have supervisors that train them how to do it.
Right.
that's awesome.
Wow. I bet it's such a
really
great.
fun.
I bet, yeah. We'll have to come
Well, how
out to
cool
one.
to see everything go up in one day. I mean,
It's awesome.
That is
And
cool.
it's a great team building exercise too. I mean, we've done it even with our internal staff and we have a lot of corporate partners and faith-based organizations that come out and do it. And I mean, the feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day when you started with a concrete slab and you've taken all of the walls and moved them onto the slab and even lifted them up and they're standing, it is like such
It's such a good
amazing
feeling.
satisfaction.
And a great opportunity for high school students. We have our last daughter's in high school, and they need volunteer hours for certain things, for scholarships.
Absolutely.
So it'll be perfect for the high school kids too. So.
And Cece mentioned faith affiliations. We've had some really great churches from Sanibel come out and
Oh, really?
do some
Excellent.
amazing work with us.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So what's
Sanibel's a
the-
great community for volunteering and using their money to
so
help
what are your
organizations.
pain points? Is there any particular area that you need more help with than other? You know, is it acquiring land? Is it what are you really trying to work to get?
Wow, that is a great question. So I will tell you that when Cece said that we have families in housing counseling right now, we have over 400 families in housing counseling. The need is so great. So even though we build 60 a year and we're one of the biggest habitats and we're working with all these families, we still have 100 behind that we haven't even started working with yet. And it's because in this area, there's over 79,000 families in Lee County alone that are spending over 30% of their income just on rent. And we're actually, I think just last week, data show that rents in this area have increased 55% over
For
this time last year.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's
Yeah,
true.
we hear it all the time from people.
Yeah, so
it's tough.
it is, the need is so great, and we're trying to figure out, okay, how we're really the only ones that are doing this type of work to this scale in the county. So how can we do more? And that's the pain. Like, we talk all the time. This is what keeps us up at night. When we have 13 to 30 families come to us a day for help. So how can we just help
serve these
more
people? Yeah.
and grow grow. And this is what we talk about all the time. We have a great program, but boy, we need to grow, and we need everybody's help to do it.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to where else? So you've got Harlem Heights, other areas that just vaguely whereabouts they are.
Sure. Well, we actually build in all areas of Lee County, every single area. So we have a small neighborhood in Bonita Springs. We have one that we're about to start in the fall in the city of Fort Myers that has another 29 homes there. We have another community that we're going to start around this time next year in Cape Coral with 36 homes.
Wow.
But we build scattered sites all over, and then we're starting these neighborhoods as well. So we build everywhere.
It could be individual lots even. Oh, really?
Gotcha. So what I was going to say, how did you end up with Habitat, Becky? I don't think we heard your backstory.
Oh, goodness gracious. So I've actually been with Habitat pretty much my whole adult life. So I've only been CEO for 3 years, but I've actually been with the organization for over 20. So when I started here in this area, we only had like 6 employees, and now we have about 100. And so I've done just about everything because I grew up with the organization. I only took time off away when I had my twin girls. That was, oh my goodness, they turned 16 like next week.
Wow.
So besides that though, I've been there, done a little bit of everything, grown up with the organization, and I don't know, Habitat is such an amazing place. Once you just can't leave.
Right.
Once you're there, you just, your heart gets in it. It's true. And I can't imagine doing anything else.
Are you from Fort Myers?
So I bounced back and forth from Florida to Ohio in my younger years. And I actually came to Southwest Florida in my early 20s because at that time, it was an affordable place for a young couple to start out. Like you could buy a home and you could plant roots, which we did. But actually, it was all a part of economics. We researched Southwest Florida. It's like, this is a great place to be. And we moved here and never left.
There you are.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Well, any events that you've got? Do you have special events? Do you have a big fundraiser or anything like that? Anything you'd like to share with anybody that you've got?
We have an amazing fundraiser going on right now. It is a big volunteer favorite. It's called our Women Build campaign. So a lot of organizations or a lot of Habitat affiliates around the country participate in Women Build. But essentially it exists to empower women to, of course, work on a job site and work in this, kind of male dominated industry. But also, our specific affiliate, we build homes for single moms in our program. So this year we are building 2 brand new homes for our future home buyers, Joy and Janisha. So Joy is a single mom of 2 children and Janisha is a single mom of 6 children. And Joy's home is going to be in Heritage Heights. So we raised the walls on that in February. And then Janisha is in Cape Coral. We also raised those walls in February. So we're raising $390,000 this year because that's actually the cost of 2 homes, or our budgeted cost of 2 homes, including the infrastructure as well as the cost of housing counseling. So we have an amazing, amazing support system for that. From incredible sponsors like our presenting sponsor, Finemark National Bank and Trust, who is just extremely supportive of our organization in so many more ways than just Women Build. But part of those funds from our sponsors, help fund those homes. Also, our super people is what we call them, which are men and women who make a 5-year pledge of anywhere from $250 to $5,000 over 5 years. So for instance, if I wanted to be a super person, I could do $250 for 5 years, commit to that pledge, and you get an awesome shirt that has a super S on the back.
And a cape too?
We're talking about getting capes.
Some capes.
We need to get some capes.
Yeah, I think so.
We've had some requests for capes, so we need them.
In fact, Ginny requested
yes, Ginny
needs a cape.
Her own. She's made her own.
Yeah, I believe it.
So we have, so we call them super people because they make this amazing commitment, and they're really those foundational funds to help continue this program and to build the 2 of the 60 homes that we're building this year. And then we of course have these amazing fundraising teams. So it's our big basically, we call it like a peer-to-peer fundraising opportunity. So we have women that lead these teams and go out and essentially get every person in their circle to donate, knock down everyone's door to say, donate to this cause, $1 to over $10,000. Like, you can give anything and really support this cause to help us fund the building of the homes. And so some of these fundraising teams will raise anywhere from an amazing $2,500 to $50,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it's pretty awesome.
Right.
We have volunteer opportunities going on now, so people can still get involved with Women Build volunteering. And then also we're still fundraising. So we're fundraising until the 29th of April. And then we will dedicate Joy's home specifically in Heritage Heights on May 7th, the day before Mother's Day.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's so cool.
awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I have a question. Are all the homes the exact same blueprint?
No.
So they're all...
We have a lot of different floor plans. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Right, that's all right. I'm just curious.
8 different floor plans.
Yeah, we have quite a few, so it depends on the lot.
Right, I guess that would make a difference.
Yeah, so the shape of the lot, we typically will decide the floor plan based on that. So we have a few different home models that we
Can fit on that lot
absolutely.
size. Okay.
And then it's a 3 or a 4 bedroom, kind of depending on the lot size as well as
The occupants.
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Okay.
Do they have any say in that, or is it more just geographical, sort of logistically speaking, trying to get it on the, or planning speaking, I guess, trying to get it on the lot?
Usually we would plan ahead of time for a certain
for a
like
lot.
3 or 4
Gotcha.
bedroom,
Yeah.
depending on the lot. But yeah, our families will typically apply for specific addresses.
Gotcha.
So they'll know where the home is, what kind of floor plan it is ahead of time. And then depending on if it's in a HOA, like a homeowners association, because we do have those with our neighborhoods.
Okay.
Or if it's a scattered lot, they may have different options for the interior or exterior of the home to customize it in a certain way. So different floors, different door colors, things like that. So.
That's awesome. That's
Wow,
awesome.
very
What a
cool.
great organisation.
Yeah.
It really is cool.
And in your free time, do you ever get out to Sanibel? Because I know you girls are busy. busy.
Oh, I try to. If I could be in Sanibel like every single week, I would be.
You did. Okay.
I try to often. I love. I really enjoy cycling. So,
Perfect place to come.
absolutely. I mean, my favorite place to cycle. I mean, we'll go through Ding Darling because you can just pay a small. If you're on a bike,
it's like $1.
Oh
I think.
yeah, it's great. So you just have quarters and you can ride through Ding Darling. Really enjoy. I mean, places to eat out here and love Lighthouse Beach or even going to the beach in Captiva. It's amazing.
Good. Same for you, Becky. You love.
Well, I'll tell you, my kids, one of their favorite little day trips, and we're like sand cap summer people. So we love the area in the
So
summer.
we
We
are.
spend so much time out here in the summer. And so like to go to Jean's Books like for an afternoon and then go grab ice cream afterwards, like that is a field trip for my kids.
Jean's
They
Book
love it.
is
If you have
incredible.
never been to
Perfect day.
Jean's Books, you would never, from the road, you would never believe once you
How
walk in the
big,
store, it's like a TARDIS. It goes and goes and goes and goes. And then one of the shops, then you go outside and then there's another store. Both of them, are outside. So definitely. I would agree with you on the Jean's Books.
Yeah,
One of the
make
best,
sure-
apparently nationally known for its history books.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody told us that. I don't know how true it is, but
And I agree on
I
the
believe
ice
it.
cream afterwards too. I would
Always ice cream.
yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
always
We have
ice
some
cream.
great ice cream.
all right,
places.
Max, what you got for us? You got any trivia
You
here?
girls ready for the trivia?
We'll find out.
I know.
All right.
You get to ring the bell if you win. So
It's
we have
most
big
exciting.
prizes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it is most exciting.
Here comes your prize.
All right. Can everyone hear me?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I can hear you.
All right. Okay. So these are obviously some Habitat for Humanity centric questions. So see how everyone does.
So I'm in trouble.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless you've been studying, Dad.
Okay.
I feel confident.
You should. I would think Becky even more. She's been here 20 years.
Pressure's on.
I feel the pressure.
I know, right?
All right. First question. Habitat for Humanity was founded in what year after Clarence Jordan returned from a trip to Africa?
And this is the one he founded in
so he
Georgia?
came up with the
Is that-
concept in
Hide your
in
answer, Becky.
Georgia.
I don't know.
And he went
know.
I believe he went to Africa and then officially founded it when he returned.
We found it.
Did we talk about this already?
Guessing.
No.
I'm making
We're making just
a guess.
Okay.
All right, if no one gets it exactly, it's closest wins.
Okay.
All right. Who are we starting
I don't
with?
know.
Nick, are you starting?
Go ahead, Dad.
I put 1936.
Nope.
I put 1968.
Why is that funny?
I don't know why that's funny. 1968.
Okay, I put 1972.
I did 1975.
76 is the answer.
High five.
I thought you
I feel really good.
I thought you said the guy in Atlanta was in the 50s. Did I mishear that?
No, I don't think
believe
we
so.
said that.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I don't think that.
I misheard
You
that
didn't.
then.
You misheard
Okay.
that. So 1975.
All right.
Very cool.
This is the first time we've done this, but we're doing a national geography question this time because
Okay.
I was interested by this question, by this fact. So when he went to Africa, let me read it so I don't give away the answer on accident. The country Clarence Jordan traveled to was at the time known as Zaire. What is it now known as? 4 words.
You're gonna get this one probably, Nick.
I had no idea, but I'm also like the worst geography.
4 words.
It's 4 words.
I only have 3. So that's obviously not right.
That also,
No, that
I don't know
can't
how
be
to
I can't write.
No,
4 words?
4 words.
this country has 4 words. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes, the official title of the country. And if you were thinking it might be a country that has the word "the" at the beginning, that does not count as one of the words. Even though I don't know if that could possibly be the case.
Does everybody have an answer?
I have an answer.
So do I, and it's definitely wrong. But I'm gonna go for it. Do you have something that written?
Yeah.
The People's Republic of Congo.
Okay.
This is totally wrong. Papua New Guinea.
Well, that's not 4 words.
United. Then I put United at the end for making up my 4 words.
I put the Congo, Republic of Congo, Republic of the Congo.
I just added extra words to make it fun.
Right. And
So I also put Congo, but I
just
Put
put
one
Congo.
word.
it was just
It was one of the 4 words.
it is
All right.
1 out of 4.
I think I have to give this to Dad just because he got 4 words. It's Democratic Republic of Congo.
I erased it.
Democratic Republic.
Sure you erased it,
one's gonna believe
Cece.
me.
No.
We'll zoom in on the tape.
Yes. We'll do a
right.
freeze frame for you, Cece.
I was like, that doesn't seem right at all.
All right, Cece won, Nick won. All right,
yes,
there
I
we
did.
go.
I did.
We're 1-1.
We
We're-
mentioned
we're
this
t-
in
and-
the episode earlier. Habitat now works in how many countries?
I think I remember.
If not, you'll probably cheat.
Oh, wait.
I
Here,
did
what's your
just look
board
at
there?
yours.
You
I
did,
did
didn't
look at yours.
Okay, well, then no change in yours
I'm
now.
not changing.
Don't change it. She's got a history.
I can't stop looking at his answers.
It's been once an episode for every episode.
Right. All right, Becky, you're going first this time.
Okay, I put over 70 because that's how we say it. We just say 70.
I
over
put
70.
70.
Did you?
Well, it's over, so that's wrong.
So I put 60, but
Oh!
I didn't get the updated numbers.
Okay, so then I would be the most correct because I had 77. That is over 70.
Over 70.
It's over 70. That's how it's listed. So I can't give you a point. It's over 70 is the answer.
Did we, Becky
So-
and I get one?
No, you don't.
No, you're
Oh,
not
you
over
put
70.
okay.
You put 70.
Oh.
So Becky
Becky
gets
and
one.
I get one.
You do not get the point.
Well, I'm over 70.
The official answer is over 70.
Well, that is over 70.
All right.
77.
Commissioner of Trivia.
Just glad
I
I'm
do you
get-
think?
I'm the commissioner. It is over 70 is the answer.
And
Okay.
Becky gets the point. So
All right.
I'm losing with 0.
Yeah, I think at that point I'm out of questions. So
And it's a
Mom
3-way
is-
tie.
Mom is the official loser.
Yay! It's great to see, Laurie. Finally.
Mom.
Nick,
Mom's unanimous
for once,
loss.
you get to ring the bell. Becky, there you go. And
Wow.
Cece, this is big time.
Excellent.
Oh, man.
Hey, good stuff. Awesome. Well, thanks very much for joining us. It's been very insightful, and good luck for the future. And hopefully, you can get the number of houses up that you can, with everybody's help. So, if you'd like to get in touch, please make sure that you reach out. All the just give us your website verbally, if you would, in case somebody's listening.
Sure. It's Habitat, then the number 4 humanity.org.
Okay, and then any other socials that you'd like to share?
Sure. We are on Instagram and Facebook specifically. So on Instagram, we're the number 4H, Lee Hendry. And then on Facebook, it's easiest to usually just search us by Habitat for Humanity of Lee and Hendry counties.
Lee and Hendry counties.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay, once again, thanks very much for joining us. Thanks for joining us on this episode. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a great day. Okay, and a quick shout out to our supporters. Without our supporters, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Bailey's General Store, Doc Ford's Rum Bar and Grill, Spoondrift Island Bowls, 3 Crafty Ladies, GatorBites, Tail and Ale, Priscilla's of Sanibel, Coco y Cabana, Suncatchers Dream, and Sanibel Carts. And don't forget to reach out to Captains for Clean Water, one of our favourite island charities. Thanks very much. See you on the next.